Seems like power isn't working in the secondary atrium either. Strange. I thought this place was less affected by the collapse than everywhere else. Oh well, I guess I'll have somebody reset manually. But hey, at least I survived. And my strength has returned enough to the point where I could actually film. So I guess I should just get all the blood and burn marks off and do what I do best. After all, the show must go on. Mostly. You know what I mean. Let's get into the video. Well, it certainly has been a while since I visited this game. And oh damn, the menus look way different here. I could barely even recognize it. Hello? What's this? More settings? Oh damn, we got volumetrics, which I can't turn on unfortunately. Ambient occlusion. We got quite a few things we can control now. Oh, what the hell? Well, if there's one thing I know, it is that the sound mixing in the original version of the game was utter garbage. So I'm probably gonna set this a little lower just to be on the safe side. There we go. That's perfect. Alright. They even have controller shake support? Coaster and his team have been cooking! Yeah. Optional jump scares. Can we turn it off? No, we can't. Venge uses high... I love his sense of humor here. Debatably unethical scare tactics. Venge uses high-tech, state-of-the-art scare tactics that are generally not legal in most places. Some of these are even considered unethical. If you are a wimp, feel free to adjust accordingly. Who the frick do they have write their menu text? Alright. Revert all settings. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Instead, let's see, did any of my data transfer over from... Oh boy. Nope. None of my data actually transferred over from the old version. Okay. Pulled unground. Who wrote half of this? Well, I guess the only thing left to do is just buckle in and start this wild ride of a game. Desert? Hang on. I will admit, the new composer, I kind of have mixed feelings about. Like, some of the new music is genuinely good, and then some of it is just... not as good as the original, to be honest. Like, this song just doesn't fit the mood of the original. And in general, the way they redid this full motion video cutscene, I mean, so far looks... Oh, what the fuck? So not only did he just, you know, reuse the original plot of the entire studio just straight up vanishes, but he increased the number from 277 in the original game, or rather the original version, to 511 in the new finished, unquote, version. Oh, oh, damn, this is actually not bad. Again, I have a lot of graphic settings turned down because, you know, I'm running a little 1050 Ti now. But even still, this, you know, doesn't look too terrible. To-do list. Chores, anniversary gift. Wait a minute, what? Her character's only 18. There's no way he can be married already. Well, this is for his mom and dad, I guess. Probably for mom and dad. Got the package before mom. Spanish exam. Volleyball plus wrestling match. Oh, he's in the WWE! Check email. Workout for 45 men's. Buy that one album for Blue. Who's Blue, I wonder? Figure out what happened to Rotnik. Lucas, I drew your favorite animal. Capybaras! Coconut doggies! Drawn by L, who I think might be our girlfriend? Question mark? Missing! Last in May, Rotnik was having a very successful opening night, only for it to be their last. Locals claim they heard a loud pounce in the forest. Wait. This town's in the desert! Then absolutely nothing. Silence. When police arrived on the scene, they found nothing but a strange mountain that had never been there before, measuring exactly 77 feet high, the CEO's favorite number. The mountain has been named Rotnik Memorial Mountain. So already, Ecker and his team are kind of going back to what bit them in the ass before. With, you know, going way too big and way too off the rails with the plot line. And just making a story that just doesn't make any sense. So that makes me a little worried for the rest of it. Aw, it's a Lucy plush, hell yeah. I guess that's our brother's bike. What be doing in our room, though? Oh, Lenovo. Oh, it's broken. Either that or the model's just screwed up and the rest of the door isn't rendering. I don't know. Not sure where they got that. That looks AI. That looks AI. That sure as hell looks AI. 50-50 on that one. Oh my god, is that Super Duper Looper back when it had The old Giovanola cars? Now replaced with a Gerstlauer? Or not, that's natural photo or AI. I highly question that one. Any with really big numbers of people, I definitely question. That is not only AI, but take a look at this. They generated a direct reference to FNAF. Dear God. What's this? Lucas' graduation, new phone. I'm guessing that is indeed just the parents' anniversary then. Okay, that is 199% AI. Ooh, this actually looks way... Oh, God! Way better except for the cars. The cars are still... Ugh. Honestly, I actually think they look even worse than in the first game. What's this? Fox Rainer. Also, pretty sure that's the main dev. Yeah, I'm 99% sure because it doesn't look AI generated like the rest of them do. Definitely AI. Mala Pinkle, so she was way later. Probably some kind of significance. Or the Jones, which also, I'll leave this one up to 50-50. I'm not sure if it's, totally AI or not. I will say, though, I do like the graph... Oh, God, that really does not look good. Yeah, that does not look good at all. What the hell's up with that car? Looks like it was on fire. Yeah, that is definitely AI on the magazine there. What the? Go Piss? And it's only the 7th edition? Rotnik Entertainment still missing. New company offers 10,000 reward. Plot twist of events, a strange new company by the name of Venge... Vegeta? Yeah, we'll just call it Vegeta. Holdings has begun their new contest, Finding Rotnik. Rotnik Entertainment vanished into thin air more than a decade ago without a trace. Authorities baffled the building was last seen in the Coconino Forest. Coconino? I guess? According to Venge, if anyone's able to find them and provide proof, they win! Will be the one to take home $10,000? Gonna be honest, that's a little low to pay someone to find a lost building. I'd expect more like 5 or 10 million. But alright. So yeah, I will definitely say there have been major improvements in the graphics. The storytelling, on the other hand, I'm a bit more mixed on. Let's see here. What should we choose? Which should we choose? Which should we choose? Do you remember that Rotnik place? I need your bike. I'm gonna go find it. It's hard to explain. Or... like... Okay, obvious issue here. Go piss. It's obviously a real magazine. Though there are only 7 editions. We'll have to concede. God damn it. Also, the new bad ending screen's a lot better. They definitely upgraded the graphics. Just wish they did the same for the story. We had a bit of a change of plans. Sometimes you just gotta lie. Nasty ending. Oh yeah, and this was another thing about Venge. Okay, so the game has a butterfly effect system, if you know what that is. That's where you make choices and they affect the way the story plays out, or they affect what characters you'll meet, or what events will happen, or things like that. Think Undertale, where they have the same sorta system playing out, or Deltarune, or literally any role-playing game ever. Yeah, it's that thing. Only here, I don't think it really affects anything. Um, so I don't know. We might be good though. I, I'll try the moral route and see if things play out differently. All right, time to do the moral route. And if you were curious as to who this is, this B 3 Hearts man, I'm pretty sure that's your older brother. And the reason why I say this is because while it is implied earlier in the anniversary theme, which I think is talking about your parents' anniversary, that you do have a father alongside your mother, there is actually one other character who is mentioned, and that is Blue. And notice how there are 3 hearts here, and a B. So this is obviously not your dad. No, because you would directly call him dad if it was. No, this is Blue. And as for who Blue is, I'm pretty sure he's probably your older brother. Only because, um, number one, obviously not your father, and number two, the way they carry themselves here and the way this whole conversation goes seems to imply older sibling rather than, father or anything like that. See, I'm pretty sure this is your brother. And again, Agricoaster. You said Coconino Forest, and now you're here saying Coconino Desert. So which is it? Let your little brother stand on his own 2 feet. Alright.
Getting directions to Rotnik Forest. Turn right ahead.
Whoa. Damn it. Are those goddamn wolves I hear?
At the roundabout, turn right.
Oh, you gotta time it carefully.
Calculating route.
Also, is that Iris Heart I hear? I'm pretty sure it is. Oh, holy crap! There are wolves after us! I can barely see what's going on with all the flashing. Ugh. Get off!
Route recalculated. Up ahead, turn right.
Oh, those are some ugly wolves. Where'd that come from? Also, this sounds kinda like something out of Trails of Cold Steel a bit. Here we go! To infinity and your mom! Yeehaw! Did Entenmann design these roads? Because, damn, they are a little crazy. Also, those cars are really badly designed. Why is there purple fire on the road? Is that an FX plushie?
Continue forward to Rotnik Drive. Your destination is 0.2 miles.
What in the devil may cry? Come on! Oh boy.
You have arrived at your destination, the Rotnik Forests, home of Rotnik Entertainment, creator of the national hit Lucy and Friends.
National Pit? Huh? Public theater opening? Ah! Wait. So GoPiss was never even real? Whoa! Oh boy! Ugh. Oh. Well, we made it. Oh. Also, okay, I'm really not liking the new composer. Honestly, I prefer the old orchestral soundtrack a lot more. I will say though, despite the huge downgrade in soundtrack, there is a rather massive upgrade in graphics and aesthetic. I'm liking this. Well, for the most part. Some of the models still look pretty ugly, but others they actually put effort into. So, for all the effort they actually put in this time to the models, I'm calling this, a net upgrade overall. And they actually learned how to do what was that? But yeah, they learned how to do blood properly. I'm shocked. Ah!
Security data. Please select your reader privacy.
I think it's called an employee card. But hey, he did give a nice upgrade, so. Rotnik Entertainment, a small startup hidden in the Coconino Forest, or is it Coconino? I don't know. Has just opened out of nowhere. The name may sound familiar. You may have seen their hit film, Lucy and Friends. This box office smash hit has surprised the world over with its genius writing, funny characters, and wholesome message. Although the company is not open to the general public yet, they have announced an ambitious plan for 10 new films within the next 3 years. Follow along for more entertainment news. Huh, you know what? Actually, I like this change. I like what they did there. Instead of making them the number one biggest megacorp in the entire country, like they were, in the original story, they instead had Rotnik being this small startup that just opened out of nowhere, which Honestly, I like that a lot more than just having them start out as this big empire that then suddenly fell overnight. I don't know, seems a lot more realistic. Economic savior. It isn't a secret that the Great Recession in 2005 was disastrous for small communities such as our own. Finding a job is near impossible now, and homelessness is at an all-time high. However, like a blessing from God, Rotnik Entertainment's opening has provided a massive boom to our small town. Hundreds of jobs have been opened, especially hiring for those whose lives have been most destroyed. Within the last few weeks, homelessness has dropped, local businesses have thrived, and Rotnik has shattered records for the fastest growing company in Arizona? They could truly do no wrong. What a blessing. Wait, so they went from unnamed fictional country, which I assumed based on the paper was Rimavera, I'm sorry, in the original game, to it just being straight up in America. I don't know, like, I just find that a very weird change to make because they were doing such a good thing with, the original setting. Why set it somewhere else? Taylor, thank you so much for the wedding invite. You and Mike are so cute together. I'll absolutely be there. What was he crossing out? I know you said no gifts, but I had to get you something. Stop by my office later today. I have it ready. It's in the executive wing, second floor. It says CEO. You can't miss it. With gratitude, Joe Rotnick. Are you serious? They just. You know what? I don't think it was, Ekerkosa's intention to copy Joey Drew. I just think he wanted to make some, I don't know, allusions to him. So I'm guessing these are all the voice actors and actresses down here. Especially Taylor. I think Taylor is the female actress who played Lucy. That's just my head canon. Is that she's Lucy's voice actress, but it was just a normal Tuesday when it came out that Rotnick had donated $14 million to our small town. Included in this donation was $7 million to home building, $3 million to homeless rebounding, $2 million to food banks, and $2 million to road infrastructure. And also, did you have Entman handle that? Because, dear God. National parks and more. In a statement from CEO Joe Rotnick, he said, I just want to give back to the incredible community. This company's been open for only 6 months. Their growth and generosity is a blessing, something Arizona hasn't seen before. Oh? Who's this? Heard crash, Mel from ground severed my leg. Crawled to the exit, but it's gone. Mike, I love you. So that was the Taylor girl in her last moments. The springs are alive. So much fresh blood, but not a single body. Where'd they all go? The springs are alive with the sound of screaming. Oh, wait, what's this? Door counterweight. Alright. The light is fading, I think. Yeah, I think that's Taylor in her last moments right there. That pink goo. In my research, I discovered it started spreading days before the crash. Also, I'm not so sure these developers know what proper punctuation is. I've never seen anything like this. There's no more blood on the ceiling than the floor. What the? E. L. So if I'm a betting man, which I am, I'm guessing that E is ethics and L is Lucy. And take a look at how good this all looks now. Yeah, that's a part I'm most impressed with right now. Is just the graphics are just so much better. Oh, this is new.
It's not now. What has been cut out for me? How do computers work?
Okay, notice how the power is still switched off down there. Yeah, I don't think I should, yeah, we're leaving that alone. So, theater wings are this way. AS, B offices, and atrium are this way. Wings. Also, what's the X for? Oh, emergency exit. Well, okay, the graphics have improved except for the banners and the posters. They still look like they were made in MS Paint. What's this for? What? Ah! Damn it! What happened here? What the hell? Alright. This place is a wreck. The moles are making it really hard to breathe. I can't believe I'm back here. Just 11 years ago, I used to walk these halls. Now look at the state of this place. The theater has only one exit. Remember this. I heard the mole can make you forget who you are. I really thought I could stay down here and just admire everything. But the mold, oh that mold. The air is terrible. I don't know why my mom sent me down here, but there are no signs of life at all. What a joke. Eh? What's over here? Okay, that's really ominous. I never really learned who the T character is, though. Guess we'll find out in the future. Ooh, the actual looks really well drawn. Security checkpoint. Please have your badge ready to scan to get access. This entrance is available for members of the Rotnik PR partnership list. If you are a member of the public, please use a public entrance. This is for press entrance only. Alright. Good morning, Barrett. As you know, the public theater will be opening next week. And I'd like to inform you about the policy. We'll be opening to both the press and the public, so we need 1 guard for the press side and 3 to 5 on the public. We currently have 30-40 reporters coming and an estimated 2,000 people. Feel free to distribute those roles per whoever you think will best fit your team. Thank you, Joe Rotnick. Good morning. Yes, sir, I will report back once I got all my guys sorted. Hello again, sir. I'll be taking over the press side of things. Then we'll have 5 to 6 of my own guards take over the public side. Once the reports pass through, I'll be joining my guys in securing the building. Hopes this works. Thank you. That's perfect. Thank you, Barrett. Enjoy your day. Good morning, sir. I want to inform you that my team and I have received word of some rather excited Rotnik fans who I'm nervous may pose a threat to the safety of the event. We have identified about 26 unique accounts, but we believe only 6 to 7 are actually active. While they may seem harmless, I must inform you that they have been rather ravenous and hostile. They mostly send typed letters mentioning things like Vader? He could actually get away with using straight up Vader in his game? Burning people's eyes, threatening to let pugs pee all over our carpets. Who the hell wrote this dialogue? Saying they will stomp our bodies, call hunters on us, smash our Lucy candy dispensers, hide mints into walls, and so much more. One email threatened to throw lemons in my eyes, while another sent the word Bart fart over 13,000 times, slowing down my laptop. While I understand these threats may seem like harmless pranks, they seem very close to the company, pointing out the lack of laptop chargers in our building, as well as naming a random pet rock in the newly constructed theater as Josh. Whatever this means. Just because of that, I am deeply concerned that they might show up on Friday and wreak havoc. What do you suggest we do? Hello, Barrett. Thank you so much in advance. I'll ask around and see if we can find these kids' parents. Until then, feel free to hire more security as you see fit. I deposited 75,000 in your team's budget. Use as you may. Thank you again. Good morning, sir. I have received a truckload of 5 million sticky notes from the public bay. I was wondering if it was you who requested this. You normally are excellent at providing shipping notices. Maybe you forgot. I'm writing because I'm concerned about space. Our storage room does not have enough for 5 million sticky notes. The delivery men have been loading box after box. It's been 3 hours and they're still going. Maybe you could come down in person and check it out? Thanks for the email. I'm not aware of anyone ordering such unnecessary quantities of stickies. That surely costs a fortune. I'll email our finance person and see if they know any information. Thank you, Joe Rotnick. Sounds good. They're still unloading. This may take the whole day. So already, there were signs of trouble. Daycare. What's this? Oh, live action filming wing. Alright. They did not even finish this. Skyworks has been an established animation and multimedia company for almost 2 decades. But in a recent surprising turn of events, Rotnik, just 1 year old, has surpassed them in global sales. This has never been done in the history of films, especially for a new company so young. In a press conference this morning, Skyworks CEO has announced a legal campaign against Rotnik, likely because of the hiring of Skyworks employees by Rotnik. This feud is going strong. Who will come out on top? God, man, I'm real liking the whole. Like, they're really expanding more on the rivalry thing, and I like that. Notice that that light's glowing purple and not. Yeah, I don't think I should go up to the third floors anytime soon. Someone tell my daughter I loved her. Becca alone. Ah! Don't touch the mold. Like I would want to touch anything in this place. What? What's going on? The hell was that? Well, looks like we can't reach the theater anymore. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. My gut was right. I shouldn't have come today. Grace, May 15th, 09. AES. Alright, the, anti-earthquake system. Empire buried alive. Heard a crash, then a rumble, and never heard it again. I don't know, that actually looks pretty good.
Warning. Power is actually really unstable. Please visit the AES system control panel to address the issue.
I knew Rotnik's offer was too good to be true. I should have stayed at Skyworks. Josh Lando? Oh my god. So that was 2 Star Wars references so far. What's this? The R&D department has nothing to do with the crane. Instead, they specialize in springs. R&D contains important secrets. To prevent those secrets from being leaked, you need to log into the AES console located in the AES room. To do that, use the following command. RD login. Got that, Frank? So you won't be asked for a password, huh? Or what these are for? Is that unique? No, that's... Who the hell was that? Oliver Wang. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Heresy! Hey, love, I've broken almost every bone in my body. How are you still alive? Avery Johnson. I had an illegal pet wolf when I was younger. Damn, this guy goes hard. Be brave. Be true. Be you, baby. Grace Kim. Marketing coordinator. 3, um, um, uh, that's how you start conversations? When God said, "Let there be light," he was referring to me specifically. You have a really big ego, sir. Then again, well deserved given your important role. Fashion is love. Fashion is life. To enter my office, you must pass my fashion test. Be ready. And Shrek certainly passes. I got the office with the window because I beat Joe Rotnick in a 5-hour chess game. 5 hours? Hello, Amelia. I want to start by saying I snuck a preview of your first show, and wow! I was blown away. Who knew you had such, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. When it comes to talent, this one's going to be a hit. However, I do have some slightly unfortunate news. Due to some scheduling issues, we will move it up to May 15th at 10 a.m. I hope this is alright. I can provide anything you need to speed things up a bit. Just give me a call. Hello, Mr. Rotnick. Yikes, that's cutting it really short. I'll meet with the cast, see if we can extend rehearsal times a bit more. But I believe we can make this happen. Do you think you could hire some new set dressers? I think that stage crew is rather lacking. They won't be happy to hear of the reduced cell line. Maybe a surprise pizza party too? Thank you. Absolutely. I'll order from the nearest pizza place. My apologies again. As for the new hire, what level of skill are you looking for? I'll call the newspaper to put in an ad. Anyone with experience will do. We worked so hard, and I'll make sure the set is pristine, thanks. Sure thing. I'm going to throw in an additional role for entry level. Yep, exactly. Honestly, this won't really have. Yeah, I don't really know where the baby shower fits into all this. Good morning. I heard your son is wanting to get into theater, and I was wondering if he will be able to participate in a new show this upcoming September. He would just have to go through a few rounds of auditions, is all. Sure, I'll ask him when I get home. He said he was open to it, but a bit nervous. When's the first audition? Wonderful. First is on 6th at 12 p.m. Look forward to seeing him there. Thank you so much. We'll see you then. Oh, yep. Yeah, Skyworks CEO is. Yeah, he overheard his CEO talking badly about Rotnick. And yep, the theater idea was Amelia. And also, look at her profile pic. Yeah. And there's candles in the background, too. Yeah, that Amelia, I don't know, like. She seems to know more about this than she's letting on. I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually met her at some point. Rotnick Entertainment is set to install the brand new AES, Automatic Earthquake Prevention System. Earthquake is one word. This Friday. The system, created by Musketeering Technology, is designed to sway the building to prevent serious damage from an earthquake, and they get it right the second time. Arizona doesn't have frequent earthquakes, so this purchase seems strange to say the least. Nevertheless, Rodnick is the first to try it out. My first thought, thinking back to Amelia and how she suggested the whole theater thing, is what if she suggested the AES too? The almighty AES system. Oh, so scary. Who thought this was a good idea? No one with a brain. That's who. The purpose of this machine is to protect buildings in the event of an intense earthquake, gently swaying the building instead of crashing down. The AES can operate in many different modes, and comes with a built-in earthquake detection system. This building is the first to be built with this revolutionary technology. It's important to act carefully and cautiously around this beast. When testing manually, make sure that any and all people and furniture are removed from the building, as violent up-down suppression of an earthquake will cause property damage and death. Manual testing should only be done once the system is installed. Oh. Now that thing looks not exactly sinister. Also, does that logo say Skyworks? Skyworks did some, didn't they? Wouldn't explain the mold, though. I don't know. Ah!
Power has been completely restored.
Alright. That's the AES, huh? Damn. I'll admit, it actually looks pretty cool. It's probably one of the better looking models of this entire game. Must have been the wind. Alright. Quite a strange device, so... RD, log in. Thank you. Let's see. Booting into AES operating system. Operating system booted. Load default config. Default config loaded. Setting up server host. All set up and ready to go. Warning. Allow external code has been set to true. This poses security risk. Please disable as soon as possible. Okay, that's, a little ominous. Shutting down for maintenance. Goodbye. Booting AES operating system. All set up, ready to go. Allow external code has been set to true. So that's just normal. May 15th. Manual flash drive detected. Running external code. Switching to manual testing. Earthquake levels 999999. Schedule time for testing the springs. That's the SkyCorp flash drive was for, wasn't it? So someone from SkyCorp allegedly did it. We don't know. Ooh. Surplus weight detected. Musketeering is not responsible for... So something happened at the same time that the AES was hacked by SkyCorp. And what I'm thinking is that the disappearances are not entirely related to Skyworks. Like, sure, the AES malfunction was, Skyworks doing. But the other world? Yeah, I'm not so sure. If anything, this just raises more questions than answers at this rate. Not gonna lie. Also, kind of strange that crouch doesn't work in the AES room. Well, me too, man. Uh-oh. No one needs to know that. Susan Cleft. Giraffes are my favorite animal. Wait. Huh. Strange. Okay, this is interesting. Rebecca has done nothing but wreak havoc on the writing team ever since she snaked her smiley hands into our perfect writing team. She stole my lunch yesterday and claimed it was an accident. But ladies, we all know she knew my husband made it and is trying to steal him away. But that isn't it, ladies. This morning, I was walking to my office as she passed by, then tripped me, and I spilt my coffee all over that one intern. What was his name again? The fruitcake. Oh, right, Noel. All over him, and the look on his festival face was disgusting. I felt like I was about to die. Then I looked over, and Rebecca was laughing. She made a crying gesture, then ran off. I can't believe this company supports vile demons like her. I'm so angry I want her gone. Hear that? Gone. Gone. Are you with me? What the hell? She snarled? Okay, he knows something. Rotnik knows something. Yeah, this is not right. I think that's a generic giraffe JPEG. Bay is debate me. The moon landing wasn't real. Samantha Taurus. I'm the only one in my family who knows the moon landing is real. My family is from Scotland, eh? Nothing much. Back alone.
Flappin' Flotsam, what's that?
Um, okay. I did not need to know that. Hmm. There we go. Security system is stupidly complex. Perfect. Perfect. Hmm. Oh, damn. My child is in daycare. Please bring him back. His name is Darcy. I'm not daring to touch this thing. It's some kind of spring activator. Due to the limited amount of time I have, I might not read all this. You can pause if you want to read, though. Alright, the spring remote can... Oh! Huh. Damn. Alright, so here's something I just noticed. Is that... Yeah, I think there was an animatronic band up here. There is no model on the... Jesus Christ. Yeah, there was no mesh on the bottom of that thing whatsoever. Yep, happy birthday. There's everyone. I thought I'd search every floor since I'm a completionist. Not to be confused with the completionist. Nah, we don't support fraudsters and scammers like him. Hello, Rotnik family. Thank you for stopping by my office. As you know, I have a completely open door for everyone. Literally. If I am currently helping someone, please just sit on the bench for a moment until I can assist you. Otherwise, give me a holler. My office is always open. For anything, no matter what. I'd love to hear from you. I love walk-ins. No appointments necessary. Best regards, Joe Rotnik. What? Maybe we shouldn't be snooping around up there. Okay, we're safe. I think. My dearest Joe, I hope this letter finds you well. I must begin by expressing my deepest gratitude for the wonderful tower you have gifted us. The joy it brings to the children is simply immeasurable. However, amidst our jubilation, a concern has arisen that I feel I need to share. It appears our cherished heaven, the daycare, is not actually that breathable. The walls are made of a foam that lack necessary breathability. The children's comfort and ability to thrive are of the utmost importance, and this oversight troubles me very greatly. I'm requesting assistance in rectifying this situation. I recommend we install some windows and ventilation shafts. Perhaps another entrance with some sort of kiddie gate to promote ease of access and safety. I think that will help the children learn and keep quiet. Also, I may have had this wonderful idea at the ultimate playground for the kids. Swings, slides, and even a kiddie pool. While I understand it may be a concern for the costs, I am prepared to contribute personally. Yep. Did he ever listen? Hmm. I guess those are where we'll find the code.
A few minutes later.
Alright, so I did go around and I did find the code. Well, never mind, it's not working. Good morning, Mr. Rotnick. I know Lucy's design has been finalized for a while now, but I want to propose an idea I had last night about some improvements we can make to her. I can't help but feel the old design was a little too disproportionate. I attached for context, but if you noticed, her mouth is really poorly drawn, plus her head doesn't look nearly large enough to hold a brain, let alone eyes and ears. I showed my daughter an early demo for her first film, and she was a little weirded out. I understand that she's probably too late since the film is out to come out next month, but I think it would be worth considering. I attached my design proposal. Her face is more rounded, plus her eyes are more friendly. Wow, I'm so impressed! We're going to have to re-render the whole film. It'll be fine. I'll purchase some new computers. I have no words. I'm just so impressed. Thank you so much. Hell yeah. Nice. What? Morning, Mr. Rotnick. I was able to find what you were referring to. Last week, someone had used a card to order 5 million sticky notes, costing $12 million. Jesus. The order was placed from a company issue laptop, but I can't identify who did. Seems the logging system was down that day. I'll follow up with Devin to see if there was any records created. In the meantime, I'll see if I can trace back the person. I unfortunately cannot. Oh. Wait, there was a fifth person and they were completely unnamed? This isn't good. Other emails have been locked. Hmm. Seemed like a genuine good boss. Alright, first place to check. Rebecca stole from the company? Oh, holy crap. Gals, I have groundbreaking news for you. I got an email from Mr. Rotnick saying that someone stole $12 million and used it to buy sticky notes. Yep, that's right. Sticky notes. You can't refund those things. Then the person was gonna use it to litter all over the building and write rude things on our walls. Guess who did? Rebecca. I saw her. She did on the company card too. Ha ha ha! Oh boy. So things are. Maybe we shouldn't go see whatever's up there. I have a question about the recent purchase. Did you happen to purchase some stickies? Yes, I did buy some stickies, but I only meant to get 5,000. I must have pressed some. Uh, yeah, this is a scam. Yet again, Rotnick continues to blow the nation away with their incredible success. As they wrap up the year, they are set to release another film called The Runaway Frog. It is set to become their best-selling film of all time. In an interview with Joe Rotnick, the CEO said that he has never worked harder. We're so grateful you enjoy our films. That's a lot of rewards. Yet again, they reached the new record high. Will they ever stop? 152 awards. Best production, best stop motion. If a company were to ever take over the world, they would be it. Remember when Rotnick was the underdog? This is just. So there was some history missing there. Damn. When our department was founded, we had one thing in mind. Make the world drool over our labor. Change the way the world viewed character design. Inspire the next 100 generations. Do our best to blow everyone's minds. While we strongly believe we haven't done that yet, the future is bright. With our $5 million graciously donated by our Lord and Savior Joe Rotnick, we thought long and hard about what to build. We thought about a mega computer center, so the most talented people could work with the best equipment while pushing forward. Also, Lord and Savior, that's a little ominous, given all the weirdness that's been happening here, but honestly, that's also a common way to refer to a big fish in a company, so it's kind of like, you know. We debate whiteboards on every surface. Anyone feels free to draw. Instead, a damn swimming pool with a wine bar. Because if there's something everyone needs, it's good old booze. Also, Jesus. Huh. what's down here? Ah! Who owned this office? Huh. Yeah. Wow, I am so impressed! I really like how his mouth expands. This is why I persist the file design. Congratulations! I'll send the memo out to the other executives. And we'll start getting guidebooks printed. I'm so proud of you. If you would like, feel free to take a 4-day weekend. You absolutely deserve it. Okay, that's weird. Also, that section still glitched out. To infinity and your mom. The frick? I thought I saw one of the characters' eyes go red for a minute. Could've sworn that happened. Huh. What? The hell was that? This doesn't sound like him. I've only heard nice things about Rotnik. Hello, Rotnik family! We at Rotnik take our employee concerns very seriously. That said, some of the reports are frankly concerning. I've been seeing reports of this so-called mold, and I can assure you it is nothing but some simple water damage. We've been building this place very quickly, as you know, and naturally mistakes were bound to happen. I had my top inspectors taking a look, and they said the issue will be resolved within a few days. From what they told me, and I don't want to offend, some of you need to get your medication refilled because this imaginary mold is not growing. Yeah. See, that's... Oh... Oof. Oh, coaster. Oof. Medication refilled. Like, oh god, this is just bad and And not because of, it being, a little insensitive. No, it's more the fact that this is just poorly researched. Like, no corporate executive I know would ever say shit like that. No, they would always say, "Oh, perhaps the anxiety from opening day was getting to you, because it's clear that there is nothing wrong here and that there is no mold growing." Or perhaps you're just overthinking things, or perhaps you have been working too hard lately. Like, that's what they would say. Not not this. Did Ghost Tech just simply not research anything? It's not suffocating you, and it most certainly isn't glowing pink. None of our contractors have seen it. I generally have no idea what you are smoking because there is no mold. Just simple water damage. I'm not sure if they changed something in the water, but it's starting to irritate me. You shouldn't go around making ludicrous claims about our company. We're doing great. Our media is incredibly successful. We're reaching new heights, and besides, plenty of other companies deal with water damage. It's not just us. Please, don't take this incredible opportunity with your wild hallucinations. Ghostly monsters are not roaming our halls, just mentally insane employees. If this continues to bother you, just take a day off. Just go breathe some normal air. No need to use your sick days. I will continue to be here and encourage you to stay at the office too. Thanks, Joe Rotnick. One, yeah, they're right, that doesn't sound like him at all. And two, did Coaster seriously not do any research? I wanted to send a message to you about some health concerns I've been having. I know I addressed this in your announcement, but whenever I'm in the building, I have a hard time breathing, and I keep seeing pink mold all over the place, and it's almost like a fox is following me around. Um, it's keeping me up at night. I drew a sketch on the whiteboard. Please take this seriously. I promise we'll be able to recover from this. Good afternoon! I understand your concerns and hired countless contractors. We can't find anything wrong. Maybe go speak with your doctor. Hmm. Hey guys, I really should not be saying this at work, but anyone else a little freaked out by Rotnik? It's just never-ending success. We're continuing to see insane growth with no stopping in mind. A friend pointed out how strange it was that a movie company was branching out in all these crazy ways and building a theater where communities can perform for free? I don't know, it's all just a bit sketch. How are they making this money? How are these cheesy films raking in so much? Am I going crazy? I mean, my friend used to work at Skyworks. She said that they are crapping themselves 24/7 right now. I don't know, it's all just strange. Hey, Jen, now you point out it really is strange. I know the children's entertainment industry is making a lot of money, but Rotnik isn't exactly family entertainment. I had rumors they were going to open an adult wing. Oh boy, they're making their own version of Minerva Mink, Betty Boop, and Roxanne Wolf. Ho I mean, uh, you get it. How they feel confident even putting this into word is absurd. Like, for any other company, that would just be destroying everything they have, including their reputation. But Rotnik is able to just dump so much. I mean, we have a pull in our wing. Joe gave us so much money. Where did he get it? My husband is an economist. I'll ask him for his taste later. Wonderful. He'd be able to provide us some great insight. Hey, maybe I've been brainwashed, but I don't really see anything strange. I mean, there are other companies with this level of success. Granted, they've all hundreds of years old, but life is crazy. I certainly don't want to anger anyone. This is the job of a lifetime, and I don't think I'd be able to find anywhere better than this. It's all so flexible, and I really feel like management cares, especially Joe. I guess it could be one of those rare moments in history. And if Rotnik is reading this, don't be upset. Take this as a compliment. Your work is so unbelievable that we have to question how real it could even be. You're an inspiration. Thank you. Haha, thinking that Rotnik is reading our emails is really funny. But yes, I agree. So in other words, some of the employees were starting to notice how strange everything was. Rotnik Entertainment is at its peak, from nothing in 2004 to the top of the charts in 2005. This company can do no wrong. Their products are rocking the entertainment industry. Their films are like no other. Each of them has received at least 97% on Rotten Vegetables. Tomatoes are technically fruit. This company can truly do no wrong. Though I do understand why they didn't go with, the Rotten Fruit site because that'd be a little too close to Rotten Tomatoes, I'm guessing, but there's something so bizarre about this place. The mold, the blood, the hallucinations, the mountain. My mom told me she's alive, but I checked every office. The theater is the last place she could be. Please, Mom, actually be here. Well, unfortunately for him, he might not get his happy ending. What? Now this is a theater. Is that the FBI open up sound? It is! Only rearranged. Police have come to rescue us all. Oh god, that organ music. Now, I'm really scared to see what's going on back there, but I guess we have no other choice. There's mold everywhere. Okay, I do not like this. Is that spotlight following me? Sure is. Milo is here. Yep, I remember this from the first game. Or rather, the original. But still. What in God's green earth is that? A portal to hell or something? Maybe a window? Because there's a lot of creepy noises coming from it. Whatever it is. Oh yeah, and by the way, the artifacting and, brightness and stuff, I think that's all my system. Because the 1050 Ti does have something wrong with it. And it isn't just, the bodging on the backplate or any of that. There's actually something going on. Constructing a wooden bridge over top of toxic mold making me hallucinate was not my 2014 bucket list. Well, I, Schrodinger Jazzstar Valentine, did not have replaying this on the top of my bucket list, but here we are. Oh crap. Giant spring came out of the floor, launching me into the ceilings. I heard hundreds of skulls crack, mine included. I could barely moo? My air is almost out. I hope someone probably comes to save them or something. That's my guess. I can absolutely confirm the employees seeing the ghosts in the wall are real. I was walking through that moldy hallway and saw a monster myself. Freaked me out. Looked kinda like a tiger.
Attention all Rotten cast and crew. Please remain backstage as celebrity guest host Steve Kessler Keating arrives on set.
Uh-oh. The painter is here. Where's the penter? I don't know. I keep going back and forth between that. There we go. Edward, I finally installed this damn counterweight. Took 6 hours. Anyway, that gate weighs 15 pounds, so always make sure this weight weighs the same. Thanks. Seal the door to stop that mold. Out of oxygen. 2 of 3 left. Shannon Allen's head. Bashed in. Dead. Sarah Meza. Throwing up blood. Chuck Robson. Says the fox is here. Okay, I guess the backstage works. The red words say so. I'm suspicious, but I'll keep you posted. After the much-anticipated hype, Rotnick's Public Theater is about to open to the public. The company plans to put on live-action theatrical productions, as well as their first ever musical, Lucy and the Musical Washing Machine. There's no lying about how hyped everyone is. A recent study suggested that of 50 Americans, 48 of them were pumped. The other 2 were dogs and not allowed to be in the theater. I heard that during the final days of Rotnick, employees were reporting that the building got more confusing, as if it were warping. I'm starting to feel that too. Mom, you better be in here. I want to go home with you. Which, honestly, I'm gonna discuss the whole, backrooms-esque warping thing at the end, because I think it is probably one of the big problems that I do have to really touch on, for reasons I will actually outline. Local teacher wins Diamond Apple Award. Local teacher Betsy Brown wins the Diamond Apple Award for her excellent care and protection of Rotnick's daycare district. Despite the district being open for no more than a week, Brown's excellent love and care has surpassed every teacher on the planet. She's the only daycare attendant to ever win this award. She stated in an interview, "I'd lose both my arms and my legs for them. No, I would die for them." I don't like where this is going. I do not like that. Are we even being chased? I don't know and I don't want to find out! There she is. The painter. Genuinely screw this. I don't know why I was thinking. My mom is not here. She's dead. I must have dreamt that letter. I can't turn back. I need to find a way out. There's gotta be a way out of here. Hello, Rotnik family. We take your concerns seriously, but you are all losing your stupid, empty minds. Our theater is about to open in less than a few hours, and some of you won't shut up about the stupid delusional mode and hallucinations. It is not real. You are crazy. You are seeing things. Like, again, this goes back to just poor research, generally. But, again, this is not how a corporate executive would act in a situation like this. They would be, they would still be agitated, but they would at least keep their cool enough to, try to sound dignified and just say things like, yes, there is a problem, but everything's under control. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. They would not be insulting their employees like this. You're single-handedly interrupting my plan and preventing this wonderful, amazing, perfectly natural, growing company from becoming more and more. And it needs to stop. Nothing we are doing is weird. It is water damage. That's it. We're getting it fixed. This place isn't about you. It's about growth and keeping ourselves successful. Do not try to turn away from this completely natural growth. We must keep going and expanding, making new films, shows, games even, whatever. Stop questioning everything I built up myself without any help. If you're not in favor of this direction, this same direction we've had since the beginning, please get out, get out, get out. Joe Rotnik. Jesus Christ. I genuinely wonder who does the dialogue writing for Coaster sometimes. Because this is just bad. Ah! Nope. I am not going to try this way. There she is. She genuinely freaks me out. I'm just getting deeper and deeper. There's no way. Is this how I die? Side note, what the hell is that monster? I thought it was just a hallucination, but it hurt me. It attacked me. I will definitely say this. This is a huge step up from what the painter was in the last game, because all she was just, a forced encounter you just went up to on your own and confronted. Whereas here, she's a full-on boss. You genuinely scare me. Ah! Hell yeah. We made it through. Ah! Ah! We did. Say, I think her voice sounded a little familiar though. Sound like Glamrock Chica. No, you don't. I think I pushed myself a little too far there. Oh my god. That actually scared me really, really bad. Oh boy. I was actually not expecting a scare like that. Also, I want to believe that the voice actress for Penter, or Pinter, or however the hell you pronounce her name, is actually the same girl that voiced Glamrock Chica. I'll put her name in one of the subtitles, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's her. But yeah, if that's the case, then... Oh boy! It got pretty messy, is all I'm gonna say. Oh god. Holy crap. Oh my god, I can barely see. This is gonna do well for the bitrate. Ah! Ugh. Ow. If she's still after me, I guess we'll just have to fight. Because I will fight. Come down, fight me. This ends now! God damn it! Huh? Where's this? I do not like this. Oh, crap. Everything feels so slow. Ah! Did they just... Wait a minute. Oh. Oh, no. Yep. Yep, they're seriously going back to the whole parallel dimension thing. God damn it. Well, at least it looks better this time. Did they just say happy birthday in the background? Hey, remember me. You're totally probably very confused, but you gotta listen up. You likely followed my notes to get here. I also got attacked by the Pinter, angry eyeless woman. And so, now, you and I are stuck in this alternate dimension, a purple-pink purgatory, if you will. This world's not safe. I want to make that perfectly clear. They follow you now? Everything you feared and knew in the real world, throw this out of the window. This world doesn't behave like your own. Wait, they use proper punctuation for once. This is incredible! Seriously, like, look around. I get kind of emo, goth vibes from that. I have a plan to get us out, though. I've been planning this for thousands of ticks. Okay, the use of ticks is a little interesting. I don't know, probably because time doesn't work the same way it does in our universe, so... Yeah, right. Alternate dimension. Right. Are you with me? If so, you need to find a blank. A button! Oh. That's convenient. I do not like that whispering. Wait. That's a yes control. Hmm. Okay, that could have killed me. Oh god. Ugh. Hmm. Probably just counting how many days they've been there. Ah! Okay, that freaked me out a bit. Behind this door is a surprise just for you. I don't know if we should trust this guy if he's promising surprises. Before we get started, you need to take a cognitive test. All of this flipped nonsense can sometimes fry people's brains. I think. Also, it shouldn't be brain dead. It should be insane, because why would a world cause your brain to lose all function? I mean, going insane? Sure. But brain dead? Oh. The glows have different colors now. Test 1. Object permanence. Test 2. Hand-eye coordination. Test 3. Live combat. Just kidding. I'm really sorry I have to hide everything, but I promise fetch quests are the best way to test object permanence. I think the first question we should be asking is, how can we trust you, sir? But that's just me. What? What the? Okay, either that's my system screwing with me, or that's a graphical glitch on the game's end, because I know it probably shouldn't look like that. Okay, that's a little... I grew from the mold? Alright, so... Ooh, they actually have a grand plan this time. Even though one thing I do want to say is, honestly, I think that if they got the proper voice actor for this guy, then they would have, had a fully voiced full motion video where he came out and explained the whole plan to you. Pretty much. That's just my guess. We need to find that Pinter lady to escape. To find her, we need to lure her in using remnants from the monsters here. AKA, kill them! I have 4 monsters lined up for you. I think they should really say, I tracked down 4 monsters for you, not... Again, it's just little things. 7, 8, 8, 5, 6, alright. Oh my god. I do not like that music. What? What the hell? This is most certainly not the theater we know. That much is... Well, okay, it Ugh. That jump scared me for a minute. It definitely is, but... well, it's even more screwed up here. What happened here? Also, I don't think we could venture into the mist. Just, seeing as though we almost got killed whenever we entered the mold. I'm pretty much associating the color pink with that might kill us now. And or stay away pretty much. Ah! He didn't say it would be this serious though. This looks incredibly ominous. Ah! Damn it! Ouch. You'll quickly notice that bear traps are quite commonplace around here. Keep an eye out for them. Oh, and if you see one, throw an item at it. It will disarm. Not like I'll want to just randomly throw away items to do that, though. So this is our gem dropper, I'm guessing. There she is! Ah, come on! Hell yeah! About the cartoonist. Evil. Horrible mother. Very aggressive and territorial. Wait. I don't remember her being a... Okay. Okay, this is not a change I was prepared for. Why did they add that the cartoonist is a mother? I don't think that was part of the original game. I really do not like where this is going. Like, okay, I was willing to tolerate some of his writing stuff, but now I don't know anymore. Like, this is a very, very specific change to make. So now it's time for the moment of truth. It's time to address the elephant in the room, the question we have gathered here today to answer. Has Venge improved at all since I last played it? To which the resounding answer is yes, but not nearly as much as I would like to see. Like, there have been some pretty major tweaks to the gameplay to allow it to, be an actual playable game now. And, the graphics had a major overhaul. But honestly, with all the core issues in its design and literally everything about the story itself, yeah, it kinda feels like just putting lipstick on a pig at this rate. Let's start with what I saw the biggest improvement in, the graphics, which saw such a huge upgrade to the point where I actually found myself repeatedly thinking, is this even the same damn game? Like, nothing looks how it did in the original Venge. Something which, given how bad the original Venge looked, is very much a blessing. Like, I don't know what guys Coaster hired to replace the original team, but whoever they are actually know how to do their jobs. Like, the studio actually looks like a studio now. And for as much as I hate it, and we'll talk about that whole thing in a bit, the parallel world actually looks not bad either. Yeah, it actually has some personality now. And is not just a beige box like it was in the original. This is the difference that replacing a team of incompetent hacks with a team of professional artists can really make. That being said, it's not all sunshine and paradise. For one thing, what the hell is wrong with the car models? Like, honestly, despite missing doors, they actually looked better in the original game. For another, both the painter and the cartoonist, along with all the other monsters for that matter, were still using the original bought assets, and were not using original models at all. Which, I get it, he's still rebuilding his design team, but he literally reworked the lore to just explain away the models too, which is just... Like, using bot models is not a sin by any means. But reworking your lore to justify not making original models is just, dear God, that is just next level laziness. And third, and I know I'm getting into a bit of a controversial topic here, but I think that a lot of the human character picks are probably AI art. Like, I can look at them and I can just tell something is off here. And I know his team is a smaller one, but that is no excuse. AI art is AI art, no matter what you say, and it absolutely sucks. But despite all of these concerns, I would definitely say that the graphics are overall a pretty big improvement over the original, despite my 1050 Ti being incapable of showing them as such. Now, as for gameplay, it's mostly the same story. Again, for the most part. They improved upon what worked, especially with the inventory system, and what didn't work, they luckily removed and replaced altogether. And I really like that there is far less collectathon fetch quest crap going on now. That is definitely a huge plus. Because, oh boy, back when the game was all just fetch quests and crap, yeah. Honestly, I just played through for you guys, to give you an idea of how much I enjoyed that. Yeah, it was not fun at all. And honestly, the painter chase sequence, aside from, a few parts, like the door in the middle of the first chase where you have to pull it open, that was a little annoying. And a few collision issues during the third part of the sequence where you had to go through a bunch of hallways and the doors kept opening and closing on you. Yeah, there were some issues there too. Other than those two things, it was actually pretty alright though, and actually managed to scare me quite a bit, though even the gameplay isn't without its flaws. The more minor of which is the physics issues. Yeah, I keep having weird issues with, like, sliding on certain objects. Sometimes I literally cannot read notes because they cannot stay still, because they keep sliding all over the place. It's the whole thing. And definitely something that needs to be addressed eventually. But the big thing with the gameplay that is actually a fundamental flaw with the game overall is that it seems to rely way too much on this boss rush formula of just, you know, going boss after boss after boss, chase after chase after chase with no in between. And honestly, the continual boss rush shit is just bad for everything. It's bad for gameplay, it's bad for storytelling, it's bad for everything. Everything sinks because of that style of game. Like, this is a core issue with the game that really can only be solved by just going back to the drawing board and starting over. And like, I always try to be encouraging. You know, I always try to be supportive of games even at their absolute worst. But this is one of those areas where, you know, you just gotta realize, hey, this isn't working, we should cut our losses and start over again. Because there really is no way to just hotfix or quick fix this issue. It's a very core flaw of how the game was made in the first place. But honestly, those are the only two big bugaboos I really have with it. Everything else is actually pretty good now, and feels relatively polished, especially compared to the first game. Dear God. But then, there's the story, which is where everything falls apart. Now, what are some improvements to talk about? Oh yeah, the fact that this game has an actual story now. Yes, no longer is it just vague hinting and wall signs everywhere. No, now it has, like, an actual story with actual notes you can read. I swear, it's almost as if Ecker Coaster actually watched my 2 streams on his game and took notes of every single criticism I made. But yes, there are actual notes now. In addition, they reworked everything so that Rotnik, instead of being the single biggest company in the entire country, was actually a small startup that grew big and then, out of nowhere, just disappeared. And I gotta admit, this is something that a lot of other mascot horror games do not do. Generally, they do the whole shtick of the company was the biggest in its field, and then it either declined and naturally went bankrupt in the case of Bendy, or it collapsed after all of the upper management and main facility staff were killed in the case of Poppy Playtime. And at least the staff actually have, you know, decent personalities now. Like, while it is constrained solely to just emails you can find on various laptops, such as things regarding a baby shower, which, yeah, not sure where that fits into the main plot, but whatever. Or physical notes such as one about a voice actress and an actor getting married. It is shown that each of the staff has, or rather had, their own personalities, really making this studio feel like, well, more of a studio where people actually worked. Unfortunately, there's a very good reason I left the story for last, that being that it is by far the worst element of this entire game. And though there are 2 main components to this, I will start out with the more general issues. Starting with number 1. Who the actual hell wrote the dialogue for this game? No, really, the dialogue in this game sometimes is actually pretty passable, and then other times sounds like something an edgy teen would write. And honestly, I don't want to be rude here, but the only way to solve that is just fire the writer and get a new one. Because it's pretty clear that whoever they have right now just simply ain't it, Chief. Second, you know all that new story that was added? Well, the instant we reach the Venge world and or parallel universe, all of that is instantly thrown out, and it's back to just the same old lore from the first. That is, not much at all. No real mentions about any of the staff, no expansion on the whole Rebecca thing, nothing. Just more generic notes about the Skyworks-Rotnik rivalry, and that's about it. Number 3, there's a lot of inconsistencies. regarding literally everything about the setting. Like, you'll have one poster saying forest, and then when talking to your older brother, you'll say desert, only to contradict yourself a few minutes later and say forest again. Like, come on, which is it? Like, at this rate, I really question the writer's ability to do their job. And I really hope that Coaster replaces him with someone more competent, because this is just terrible. But other than that, and a few other nitpicks, like how do the entities know the main protagonist's name and all that crap, that's really it for more minor issues. Now, it's on to the big issues with the story, which, oh boy, do I have a lot to say about these two. Starting with issue number 1, the AES. Now, in the original Venge, the AES did exist too, but was treated as more of this mundane thing that a lot of bigger companies and facilities and whatnot used in their world to provide extra safety in case of an earthquake. Or at the very least was treated as widely adopted and known technology. That, while not being central to the plot, might have had a hand in the studio's downfall. Here in the remake, on the other hand, it is treated as this one-of-a-kind prototype device that is the central reason for the entire facility disappearing. And honestly, right out of the gate, there are tons of issues with this thing. The first and most obvious being that since Arizona was openly stated to be a low earthquake area, there's really no good threat hinted at or so much as spoken of that would make them install such a thing. If anything, given they knew that Skyworks was capable of hiring mercenaries to commit acts of industrial espionage and terrorism against them, it seems like there are more reasons not to install this untested prototype technology than there are to actually do so. Like, the real issue here is more the lack of any kind of hinting in the plot, or literally anywhere, aside from the unexplained purple mold that is, that there was any real serious threat that would lead Rotnik to installing the AES, despite the obvious risks that someone could hijack the system and use it to kill everyone inside. Then there's the whole Pokemon problem-esque issue of it becoming so central that even characters in the Venge world can't shut up about it. Like, what is the first thing you see when you get out of that little holding area? The AES Foundation control entrance. Where's the first place Pinter's reality warping leads you? The AES control entrance. You see the problem here? And then there's the whole whodunit scenario with who actually sabotaged the device. You see, it is initially hinted to be an act of industrial espionage committed by Skyworks, the flash drive sticking out of the AES control console even having the Skyworks logo on it. However, some of the lore we find later, specifically regarding Susan Cleft, suggests an internal staff rebellion happened over a woman named Rebecca. And that, in order to get Rebecca fired, they decided to tamper with the AES. And in the process, either teamed up with Skyworks or did so not knowing that the Skyworks code was already on it. So it becomes this big whodunit of who actually set the device off, and I don't know, it just gets very confusing. But the big kicker, like the big central problem here, is that the AES really wouldn't explain a lot of the more anomalous happenings, such as the mountain or the Venge world itself. Like, how is a purely mechanical device supposed to open a portal to the Venge world, or make various entities like Skelebro and the Pinter appear? Like, I genuinely fail to see how the AES is supposed to be connected with everything given its nature as a purely mechanical system. Well, unless there is some hidden capability or ulterior purpose for the AES that gets revealed in Act 2. But until then, yeah, I don't really know how they're supposed to connect at all. Now, the thing with the AES issues is that they can be fixed. Like, yes, that will involve rewriting parts of the story to not be centered completely around it, but more or less there are ways to fix it and keep it in the story. Just, to a far lesser extent. With the parallel universe and a revenge world on the other hand, yeah, not so much. Now, the biggest overall issue with this thing, the big #1 problem, the big kahuna here, is that it tries to be what the cycle in the Bendy series is, but misses what makes the cycle work entirely. You see, in the Bendy series, the cycle was this parallel universe created by Joey Drew using the ink machine to torture his former business colleague Henry Stein, the departure of whom he blamed for the entire company falling apart. What makes the cycle work so goddamn well is not only its aesthetic, its atmosphere, its everything, but also that directly ties to the themes of Bendy itself. Those being the dark reality of the animation industry and how bad it could actually be towards the artists and animators who work in it. Whereas with the Venge world, beyond just being edgy parallel universe where all the monsters live, it really does not have that thematic significance that the cycle does. In fact, dare I say that the Venge world actually hurts the story as it directly sidelines everything that goes on in the main Rotnik facility. And just add on to that it is explained literally nowhere in the story whatsoever, and yeah, not looking too good for it at all. Like, honestly, if they reworked it to where the true source of the mysterious money flow was something Rotnik was doing in some secret area of the facility, and just simply left the whole, Venge World crap behind, I feel the game would be a lot better, both storytelling-wise and everything else-wise. Like, again, nothing wrong with parallel dimensions themselves, as they can be done very well, as I explained before. Just this one definitely is not one of those cases. Overall, I can definitely say that the story did at least try to improve, but was held back so severely by core fundamental problems and structural issues to the point where it just simply couldn't. And certainly not to the extent that graphics and gameplay have. Now, before I go and give my closing thoughts, I do want to note some last few weirder things I noticed. The first of these being that some of the story changes I noticed not only did not really make sense, but were also just straight up unsettling. Case in point, the whole thing about the cartoonist being a mother. Like in the original game, all that was really said about the cartoonist is she's here, she's really fast, and her eyesight is pretty insane, so try to stay outside of her. Like, there was no mention of her being a mother anywhere in the original. Whereas in the remake, it is straight up explicitly stated that she is a mother. And based on what I could tell, I think her boss fight might include doing something to one of her children. Either kidnapping them or killing them outright. Like, this is a really unsettling and just straight up weird change to make. And I really hope that was the writer who did that and not Ecker Coaster himself, because if it was Ecker Coaster himself, then oh no. And then there's the whole Backrooms-esque reality warping stuff, which honestly, especially in the context of the story, given that they are still in our world essentially, really does not make sense. Like, why should the Rotnik facility be warping and changing all of a sudden when it is still, in what is pretty much our world? Like, okay, the ever-extending office thing, that could be explained via, some weird ghost shenanigan. But, none of the weird warping that the Painter did ever happened in the original. So, I really do not know what's going on there. And number 3, and among the most noticeable, is the fact that Ecker Coaster, for whatever reason, still does not fully credit some of the voice actors and actresses. For one thing, while I was searching for, the end credits, I noticed that Lucy's voice actress sounded completely different this time around, and yet he still credited her as Clearwater Ivory. Though from just one listen, I quickly realized that the new voice actress for Lucy was not at all Clearwater Ivory, my friends. On top of that, he also delisted the voice actress for the Painter and has done the same for Lazarus actor as well. Probably because they did not return to work on the project, which after all that happened is perfectly understandable, but yet still continues to use their original voice clips in the game. Not even bothering to re-record with a new voice actor or actress or anything like that. Like, depending on the terms of the original contract, this could open them up to some pretty serious litigation. Like, he could be made to pay some pretty hefty fines that can actually bankrupt him and put his studio out of business. So I don't know, hopefully either A, the contract allows him to still use them, or B, Painter's VA still on the project, just not credited, but I don't know, somehow I think it isn't either of those two best case scenarios. But anywho, with all the post-game yapping out of the way, it's finally time to give my end thoughts and wrap this all up. Sorry for the cramped and somewhat inadequate living conditions, but I've been living out of the power station's control room ever since the catastrophic system failure. And let me tell you right now, it definitely isn't the least bit pleasant. But yeah, what are my final closing thoughts on Venge? Well, to be perfectly honest, I definitely think that Ecker and his team put a lot more work into the game this time, and it clearly shows when you look at the new animations, graphics, and especially new gameplay. However, I also see that there are some very big issues too. The story is still a complete mess and has some very major issues. The fundamental boss rush based design hurts the game's story and gameplay in many different ways. The whole fiasco with crediting some of the cast, and I didn't mention this earlier, but there is the whole issue of the old composer being fired and replaced with a new one who only produces the ear-grating slop that is modern video game synthwave fartcore. Like seriously, I want my old orchestral scores back. So with all this in mind, what is my final score for it? Well, at the end of the 2024 season, after adjusting it relative to everything else that I have played that year, I've settled on the original Venge having a score of 7.7 out of 10. As though it certainly wasn't one of the best games I've ever played, it's certainly not one of the worst either, and is a whole hell of a lot better than some other things I played a year ago. But with all I've seen in my most recent playthrough, I decided to finally settle on a new score. That being a full 8.0 out of 10. Like again, there were a lot of shortcomings and a lot of areas where they just simply could have put more effort in or just simply didn't do it at all, but honestly, you know what? They put in enough effort to the point where I feel that they have risen an entire rank. Welcome to the B rank, Coast Tech Games. Now you've earned it, you just gotta work hard to keep it. Don't screw this up. Oh yeah, and to answer the question of where the hell I went this time, well, to give you the blunt truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, I've been dealing with a couple of things. Number one, there have been some tech issues on my end. Mainly, Asus pushed a hardware driver update that screwed up my Windows 11 install on Phoenix, so I had to install Linux Mint on that one. And number two was figuring out my new look. But I do think I now have a bit of an idea as to what I want, and, what I'm looking for. So I will actually draw a new design and potentially, let you guys have a look and, see what you guys think on it. That's pretty much my current plan regarding the new look and all that jazz, so, yeah. But anywho, it's about time I start wrapping up. At this rate, my voice is pretty much damn near shot, and I think it kinda shows. So, thank you all for watching this latest pre-record. Now, I just envisioned this originally to be a video explaining where I've gone and what my current plans are to get back to streaming, but then I tacked on a bit of gameplay and it kinda spiraled from there into what it is now. And honestly, I think that worked out for the better, because just listening to me talk would just be boring now, wouldn't it? Well, okay, sometimes you just do need to talk, but still. But anywho, I'll see you all on the flip side.